What?
Well, we're gonna highlight
what is
in the intro. We're gonna like. You okay over there, Terry?
No, I'm glitching. It won't let me change it. I'm trying to scroll down on the dock, and it won't let me move.
I don't know. Just let me scroll.
That's one thing.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
First, I break my chair, then I'm breaking my brain, and then I can't even scroll down. What the hell is happening?
Did you try reloading? Okay.
All right. So it was literally a piece of plastic that got caught between my F1 and my F2 key. That would not let me scroll up or scroll down. It hurts.
You probably could have kept that to yourself so I don't make fun of you later.
I don't even care anymore. I don't even care anymore. Okay.
You gotta come back. You gotta come back from your glitch, okay?
All right. 3, 2, 1. Where's my button? There it is. Okay. 3. Stop.
You're doing this. This is you.
I know.
Brandon and I are okay over here.
I'm just trying to get my burps out before we start.
You are the one that's doing this to us. It's all you.
Thank you. I appreciate the love and support on this appreciation episode.
I'm just wondering when you're going to come back from the glitch. That's all I want to know.
I just need an alt control delete and just just be done. Unplug me and don't plug me back up until the weekend. I'm so done. Oh man.
We gotta start this at some point, okay?
Welcome to After Playlist, the music playlist discussion and reaction podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Terry Yo.
And I'm Brandon Lee.
And today it's all about the ladies. And of course, we couldn't talk about the ladies without having someone here to represent for the ladies. So we're joined by our first recurring co-host, technically third time, but you know, we're going to digress on that. Welcome back to the show, Charita.
Thank you. I am glad to be back. It's always fun talking to y'all.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Same. Love the chaos we're going to get into.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And so today, we just wanted to take some time out and actually acknowledge all the wonderful women in music. And we actually reached out to Charita to actually, you know, get some of her feedback on some of the songs that she personally enjoys, as well as we reached out to our fans and we asked, you know, our female fans specifically, but, you know, a few guys chimed in as well, just to, you know, submit some songs that were, you know, performed by female artists or female-led groups. And we're going to talk about some of those songs on the playlist. We can't get to all of them because y'all kind of went ham and like submitted a lot of songs. So, so in addition to Charita's picks, we're going to focus on her picks first, the first 12 on the playlist, and then the remaining we're going to kind of cherry pick some of our favorites and a few honorable mentions, and then we'll just go from there.
So yeah, like Terry said, I mean, if you listened to the show before, you know, we're going to be referring to the songs from the playlist throughout the episode. So to make sure everyone is familiar and on the same page, let's go through this. I'm going to go through at least the first 12. So let's start with All the Man That I Need by Whitney Houston. Stranger in My House is next up by Tamia. Am I saying that correctly? Okay.
Yes.
The Way by Jill Scott. Window Seat by Erykah Badu. Little Things Maine by India.Arie. Don't Know Why by Norah Jones. No Ordinary Love by Sade. That is Sade, right?
It's Sade.
Sade, okay.
Brandon.
See, that's what I was asking. What?
Let's not start early.
I'm familiar with the artist. Like I've only ever seen the name like on like the song. I've never actually heard anyone say it.
Terry, you don't have to laugh so hard.
I'm sorry. Look, I was trying to leave about that to dry, but I wanted to see if he was going to do it, and he did it. Thank you so much. I needed that laugh.
I intentionally didn't ask, though I did almost ask you like 4 times over this past week, Terry, how to pronounce that. But I was like, no, I'm going to ask on air because it'll be good. So anyways, after Sade's No Ordinary Love, we have Don't Let Go Love by In Vogue. Then Big Girls Don't Cry by Fergie. Getting Late by Floetry. You Give Good Love by Whitney Houston. And then No Pain, No Gain, Betty Wright.
Yes.
And then we had 40 odd more songs after that. Like Terry said, everyone went ham. So if you haven't yet listened to the songs that we're about to discuss that are on the playlist, there is a link in the description, aka the show notes of this episode, for the direct links to the playlist for your listening pleasures. And again, there's a lot there to keep you entertained for several hours. A lot of really good music.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, for sure.
And finally, before we dive into the playlist discussion, we have some quick after playlist disclaimers. We respect everyone's opinion. Number 1, first and foremost, regardless of how wrong and awful it may be. Number 2, we're not too bad with profanity, but sometimes the few words may slip out occasionally, or the songs we're talking about may have those words in them, and so we're going to refer to those. So you have been warned. And lastly, we're just talking about the music, not the artist, real life, personal, or cancelable issues. So please don't come at us with that. And without further ado, let's talk about it.
Okay. So I can say without a shadow of a doubt, this playlist is 1,000% Charita.
Yes, sir.
So
all the way.
Just listening to the songs that you picked for yourself. And I was like, yep, that tracks. Yep. The one that was a surprise for me that this is me judging, but not judging. Should I guess
which one it is?
I think you already know. Is one of these is not like the other, and that is Don't Know Why by Norah Jones. I was not expecting that.
Love that song.
It is a good song. I wasn't expecting that from you, though.
I'd never actually heard any Norah Jones before this.
That is like that is it's one of those songs that like it puts me in a very calm and relaxed mood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just the tone of the song is everything. The full tone of the song just puts me in a really relaxed mood, which is why I love it. Because I'll put that song on and just sit there and just vibe out. Okay,
so just to fact check you on something, Brandon. Technically, are you saying you haven't heard any Norah Jones at all, or you're not familiar with like her at all?
If you had asked me before this playlist to name a Norah Jones song, I wouldn't have been able to tell you one without looking it up.
Okay.
I was familiar with the artist, and I'm sure, I assume did she feature on one of our past playlists? Is that what you're fact checking me on?
No.
It's going to be kind of embarrassing if that's
okay. Well, technically yes, but no.
Oh, no.
So she was on Logic's College Park album, the Paradise 2 song, like that first single that came out with. That was Norah Jones on the
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. But I agree with you 100%. Like, I can't name a Norah Jones song. So for whatever reason, I keep thinking that she's the 1,000 Mile song girl, but that's Vanessa Carlton, I think, not Norah Jones. So I
thought Carlton was like the Fresh Prince dancing guy. I'm sorry, that was really lame. I apologize.
You had to do that. You had to do it.
I heard Carlton, and that's just where my brain went. I don't know.
I understand, Brandon. I do. I get it.
Yeah. I saw the wheels turning with that one. I was like, there we go.
What's he about to say?
Yeah. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised about that one. It's a good jam, I think.
It is a very relaxing, sweet song. It was that one in particular was like, honestly, a lot of songs from this playlist was very good for like my morning commute to work. To just
I was going to say that as
not
well.
Make me be raging out, especially because they have a road closure near me recently, so I'm having to like do some detours on the way to work, and it's, morning traffic in Atlanta gets a little crazy in the best of times. So this has definitely helped the past week.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not in the car as much as y'all because I work from home and I go to school from home.
Jealous.
So I'm always at home.
So your commute is great.
Right. I commute from the bed to the desk.
Nice.
And that's all I do. All 10 of those steps.
I'm as you count it.
All 10 of them. Mm-hmm.
I was familiar with a lot of these songs already.
Same.
So it was refreshing to kind of hear them, like, or listen to them a lot over the past couple of weeks or so. When I hear these songs, I just think Charita, like 100%. Like, it's just all of
I had to be reminded about some of these songs, to be quite honest. So when I was choosing the songs, I was with one of my friends, and I was like, I don't know which songs to choose. It's so many that I just love. You know what I'm saying? And with it being a ladies appreciation episode, I gotta represent. Mm-hmm. So I was like, help me think of some songs.
Mm-hmm.
And so my friend was like, oh, I know you like this song, and I know you like this song. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that song. Put it on my list. So that's where a lot of these songs came from. Maybe like the top half were just like me coming from my brain, but then the other half was like me getting help, because I was like, I like so many songs. I don't know how to narrow this down. So I had a little help, but they are definitely me. For sure. Because I was getting like help with like the artist, but then I chose like the actual song from that artist that I liked. So
that kind of segues into an interesting thing I noticed about your picks is you have Whitney Houston on here twice.
I do.
Which is, don't get me wrong, is not a critique.
Yeah.
Just an observation.
It's just, Whitney was like my childhood. My mom was one of those neo soul R&B song listeners. My dad was blues and country song listeners. So when I was inside the house, my mom was doing her thing, cleaning up or whatever. That's what she was listening to. Patti LaBelle, Anita Baker, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. When I was outside in the yard, my dad working on his truck or something, he was listening to Bobby Blue Bland, BB King, those, you know what I'm saying? So I had best of both worlds, kind of. But I was, I was a kid, so I was listening to everything, but I leaned more toward R&B, neo soul.
Yes.
So, but don't get me wrong now, I know some blues songs and some country songs, but, I'm definitely an R&B girl all day long.
Yes, that definitely tracks.
Yeah. From the, I obviously don't know you quite as well as Terrio does, but I also agree that definitely tracks from the a little bit I've gotten to know you so far.
Yeah.
Well, did you have a favorite out of her picks, Terrio? I know that's for this playlist. I feel like that's a kind of a tough question, but
okay. So, yes, actually. So. The reason I was kind of hesitant was like one of your picks was already like one of my constant jams in my current rotation anyway. So I was very, pleased to see that my twin represents Sade with No Ordinary Love.
I told you we got the same brain.
Yeah. We there. But yeah, between No Ordinary Love and then Cherish Today by Sade, those are like my two jams by Sade. I keep on repeat.
I forgot about Cherish Today.
Yes. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. So it just, but I will say another pleasant surprise off your picks that, again, I'm very familiar with a lot of the artists and a lot of the songs, but I will admit that I slept on India.Arie, and I did not realize how many bangers that she has and how great of a guitarist as well as a vocalist that she is. Because the Little Thing song that you had on here was dope. Because somebody on this podcast has forced me to start listening to lyrics now, so now I'm like obsessed with what people are actually saying.
You're welcome.
You have to know what they're saying.
I know, but I'm in,
and that's going both ways, right? Like you've infected me with like actually listening to the beats now. Ugh.
You're welcome.
Look at y'all infecting each other.
Oh, I know this podcast is the next quarantine, and I'm just like, where have I been? Because I think that was around the time they put India.Arie versus Alicia Keys. I think they both came out around the same time, and I think that's where like the whole media zeitgeist was like, it can only be one chick that's singing and playing the instrument in the R&B world.
I never understood that.
I hate that mess too. Same thing with Tweet and like Ashanti. I think both of them both came around the same time, and it was like,
did they?
I think so, like early 2001.
Ooh. Okay, so that's the thing about me when it comes to pretty much anything. With movies, TV show, I don't remember when they actually premiered,
or when they came out.
Yeah.
The years, no. It's like my old almost 40 brain will not allow that.
Well, I agree with you on that, because this is very jarring when you decide to go back and watch the video and you realize that it's a perfect square on the screen. I was like, oh yeah, everything wasn't in widescreen at one point. I was like, that's why this video is so small.
Wow. Yeah.
So, I definitely was pleasantly surprised to listen to some India.Arie, and I was like, yeah, I need to go back and like listen to her music again and see and get caught back up on what I've been missing.
That was one of the ones I was not familiar with, and I agree with you that she's one of the artists on here that I intend to look up more, like after this episode. That one was a pleasant surprise.
Now, again, this is the ladies' appreciation, and we appreciate all the ladies' contribution to music and life and just everything y'all do in general. And I appreciate you, Charita, as well. What I don't appreciate is that Fergie song. I cannot stand that song. Big Girls Don't Cry. I apologize. I understand the sentimental reason for it. I cannot stand that song. There's better Fergie songs on that album, but when that song comes on, I just get a visceral I twitch, and partly because it got played at nauseum at the place. It did
get very overplayed, just in general.
But definitely at the place they played it a lot, and I was just like, I've never rolled my eyes so hard I got dizzy. Like it was just, it was too much. Like I'm like, okay, we get it. Stop.
I love that song.
I know, and I get it. I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for it.
Oh my goodness, it's a really good song. I think I connected so much with that song because I felt like at one point in my life, that's where I was, with her, the lyrics mainly. That's exactly what she was saying is how I felt at one point. And I was just like, I don't know, I just really connected with the song. And I think that's probably why I really like the song. Now, granted, I haven't listened to that song and I don't know how long.
Right. Same here.
Before I was actually thinking about this list. But, and that song really just popped up out of nowhere. It really did. When I was thinking about this list, nowhere. I was like, I really like that song. Yeah, I'm going to put it on the list.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to make you cringe.
Yeah. I think I broke my knuckles trying to hit like the skip button fast. It was just, I couldn't. Like,
I will say to partially I guess validate you a little bit, Terrio. I didn't necessarily have like that strong of a reaction to it, but this was like one of the songs I was like more kind of neutral. Like it didn't really get me excited. I wasn't really like negative on it necessarily. I think in large part because of like what you said, like it was just so overplayed, and I was like, I've heard this song already 100 times before, so it wasn't anything new. But also, it's like Charita was saying, it's been so long since I've heard it that it was like not necessarily, it wasn't like offensive to listen to, but I also just like, it was one of those songs whenever it come on the playlist, I would just kind of tune it out because I was so familiar with it already, I will say.
Yeah. I guess it just kind of just triggered a response from being at the place. Like I just automatically get pictured right back there at closing time, and you hear. Yeah,
because they did play it ad nauseum.
It was a lot. I was
my goodness. At that point, they were playing it so much, and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tired of this song right now. Can we play something else?
Seriously, big girls don't cry, but big boys do. Because I definitely did.
because of that.
That damn song. Just in the promo aisle, just I can't. Manager to the front, please.
My ears off. Somebody pull my ears off.
Please. Excuse me. I know you're crying because of this song, but can you give me a price check on this? Okay, sorry. Another song on here that I thought was pretty dope was Floetry's "Getting Late," and
I did like that one. I've never heard of Floetry before.
Oh man, dude, you're missing out. Floetry is amazing. I never heard this song by them before,
You never heard that song before?
Mm-mm.
Wow. Okay.
I heard Say Yes, and I was like, yes. And then I heard a couple other songs, and then Marsha went to do her solo thing for a little bit, and I started following her because she had got fine, and then it was nice.
She's really good in concert. You have to see her.
I want to. I mean, I heard her sing live. Like she's.
Oh my goodness! In concert, she's amazing.
Ooh, okay.
You have to go see her.
Go ahead, Marsha Ambrosia.
I know, thing. Right?
Oh, fancy self.
I can't believe you had never heard that song.
No, I haven't. Like this song in particular, okay, I'm just going to jump right into it. So as a whole, from your 12 picks and the additional 40 that other people have submitted,
right?
This song and a couple other ones, the one thing I've noticed about when it comes to, I don't want to speak in blanket statements, but just with these songs in particular, a lot of these songs have like a sense of like a level of vulnerability that I have not heard in music. And just like when listening to all these different songs and the different subject matters that were presented and how they were presented and the angles in which they were presented, it really, as a dude, kind of had me be like, oh wow, okay. Like especially like Get It Late. Like it starts out as kind of like a whole romantic thing, but then it just like how she's kind of freaking out, like, don't hurt me. Like, okay, why are you still here? Like, I'd rather you leave, but because you're here, I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's like the relationship is evolving or, I'm catching feelings. I just don't want to get hurt again. It's like a whole thing. And I'm just like, oh damn. Like I was just waiting on the Uber. I didn't know you was having this whole internal monologue going on. But that's
why listening to the lyrics is important.
It does, dude. That song in particular does a really good job of like putting you in like that perspective and like connecting you to that experience, which again, as we said before, that's like what all music is all about.
100%.
I definitely felt the same way.
Yeah.
That's why listening to lyrics is important.
Okay, I get it. Words matter.
That's why listening to
lyrics do matter. They do.
Oh gosh. This episode's gonna be called Ladies Appreciation parentheses lyrics and words do matter.
Right. Exactly.
Fair
We're
enough.
just teaching you. Brandon and I are just teaching you. It's okay.
Okay, look, I understand some of us, might have missed the bus or chasing it, but I'll get to the destination eventually.
That's all that matters, buddy.
Thank you.
Brandon, please don't.
I'm supportive. What?
Don't encourage that. Please don't encourage that.
Someone's got to, Charita.
He's known that lyrics are important. He knows that words mean things.
Well, now he knows that words mean things.
If you've ever listened to the Read podcast, I don't know if y'all ever listened to it. One of the hosts, her name is Crystal, love the podcast. She said, words mean things.
Words
That's why they were created to get your point across.
It's so like succinct and general at the same time. Words mean things.
Words mean things.
It's kind of beautiful in its own way.
You're right.
It is.
Yep, I'm cutting all of this out of the episode. All right, so
we derailed a little bit there.
Oh, come on. You have to keep it in.
Of course.
You have to.
All right, so Brandon, out of Charita's picks, did you have a favorite?
So, okay, I don't think it's my favorite, but I do just want to say Don't Let Go. Like in combination with, I believe it was the first time we had you on the podcast, Charita, with the playlist battle we did where you had Free Your Mind, which also features later in this playlist. That was like my actual like first introduction to In Vogue. And I've only listened to like, there were ones that I meant to go back and like listen to more extensively, but I just I never did. So I'd not heard this song until this playlist. And man, I think it's safe to say after the few songs I have heard, I'm an In Vogue fan.
Yes, you are.
They're so good. And I have yet to hear anything by them that I've like not enjoyed. But I don't know if that song is my favorite out of all of your picks. I really liked Window Seat. Just Erykah Badu. I really like her voice.
So did you watch the video for the
That's a video?
Seat?
I didn't watch a video for any of these, if I'm honest.
That video.
Brandon, when you see that video, let us know when you do watch it.
Okay.
I would love to know your perspective.
You know what?
Watch that video.
Honestly, if we weren't pressed for time, I would make you watch it right now. Just get your live reaction.
Right.
But I don't know. Should we do it, Rita?
Let's do it. Screw it.
All right, let's do it. Let's make it work.
Because now y'all got me interested, and that's all I'm going to be thinking about for the next hour. If I don't watch it now.
Okay. All right. We're going to get in the window seat with Brandon Lee and Erykah Badu. We'll be right back. And we are back.
Well, I should have expected that the pants were going to come off at that point in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it still took me by surprise a little bit.
I can tell by your reaction.
I was like, okay. So, is there a deeper meaning beyond the stripping of the clothes? Is that like a, I don't know, is that like a to be let free or like?
So, my thoughts on it, and I don't know if this is necessarily true, but I feel like it has a lot to do the way it was filmed and like the graininess of the video and, you know, like the old look of the video. She is from Dallas. Okay. Dallas is where JFK got shot.
Mm-hmm.
The way she was making it look was kind of similar to that. And then the fact that she got shot at the end, like right as she was exposed completely. And then, you know, of course, the words at the end. I feel like it was one of those things where it's like she kind of felt like because she is so open and because she's so different, and like she said, they assassinate what they don't understand, or they take out what they don't understand. I feel like she was kind of comparing it to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
I feel like that's where she was going with that. Because of if you're just if you're just looking at the video compared to the video of when JFK got shot, it starts kind of similar. Like, you know, it looks a little bit the same to me. Because when I first watched the video, I was like, are we watching this JFK video? Like, this couldn't be the video, you know? But of course, I see her get out the car and I'm like, okay, where is she going with this? You know? So that's my thoughts on it.
Okay.
I feel like it was kind of open to it. Kind of gave that.
Yeah, it's kind of it's that, and also kind of a little bit of open to interpretation as well. Like that's the vibe I get from it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Which all good art should be.
You're right.
Absolutely.
And to me, this definitely falls in the good art camp.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's Erykah Badu.
And it's Erykah Badu. Right. I mean, she never does. She never stays inside the lines.
I mean, but I do love her voice. I wish she could sing me to sleep.
Oh, her voice is amazing.
Yes,
it is.
Yes, she do got that that type of voice. So the controversy with this video was that wasn't like a set.
I was about to say there was like kids walking around and stuff too, which definitely surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it did make me laugh a little bit. Like the first jacket she takes off, the guy comes in off screen and he stops and watches for a minute. And then he like runs and picks up the jacket and is all like, like, I don't know. It looked like he was shaking it in the background or something.
Yeah.
He might have been like yelling out like, hey, are you coming back for this? I don't know, but it just cracked me up for a second.
Oh yeah. Yeah. When I saw that too, I was like, okay, either that's like one of her entourage dudes like, okay, I'm
the guy was picking up.
Yeah. I'm gonna need to throw my clothes off as I take this little short walk, but I don't want people to take my clothes. Because then we won't have nothing else to put on, you know, once the police show up or whatever. But
my first thought was, damn, you're just going to throw that nice jacket right in the street? For shame.
I mean, but, you know.
I figured that the way the video was shot, when I realized what was happening, especially when I saw that the parent with the kid, I was like, oh, this is not planned at all.
No.
It's planned by her and whoever is filming it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that is literally it. All these people are just going about their day and somebody is filming. And, you know, even in that time frame, even though that wasn't super long ago, you would always see people recording themselves, taking pictures of themselves, all that kind of thing. But I was like, oh, she's going.
She
like,
definitely
rogue on
gave
this.
a lot of strangers like a story to tell for the rest of their lives that day. It seems like
Absolutely.
Every new person I meet, I'd be like, "Yo, so back in the day, I was just out on the street, right? You wouldn't believe what happened." I would be telling everybody,
man.
And I think the thing too was people expect her to look a certain way too when she's on camera, in a video, in a film, in whatever. She looks a certain way. That's not her normal look. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the people that know who she is wouldn't have known it was her initially.
I was wondering if it was intentional because she had she had the hood up.
Exactly.
She was very much dressed, not like it was just down. Yeah, that's how I would say it. Like it was very casual clothing.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, that doesn't look like what she would normally wear, but I think that was kind of the point. So she could do what she wanted to do without people noticing her. And to get to the point that she got to, like, yeah, I mean, of course it's controversial because nobody was expecting it.
Yeah.
But I think that was kind of the point for people not to notice her.
Yeah.
I think that was the point for people not to notice her so she could do that.
Yeah.
So, but it was controversial
for sure.
I will say that the video definitely just again like as a work of art and like something that whether it's up for interpretation or not is definitely like trying to say something with what it's doing. Like the video enhanced the song for me, I would say, but it was already like one of my favorites. I do want to say another one of my favorites. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was this one. Is it the way that has like her making the breakfast order at the beginning? It's just it cracks me up. I know it's not a funny song at all. It's actually a very, very sweet song. But it's just when she's like scrambled eggs, toast, grits.
I
love it.
I think that's most people that hear that song, that's their favorite part.
Yeah.
Their favorite
it was
part.
mine.
Yeah.
Cracked me up every time.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like that song. I fell in love with that song when I first heard it. Then when I saw the video, that's when I fell in love with Jill Scott. Like, because I mean, she's already fine as it is anyway.
She's beautiful.
Stunning.
That lady is gorgeous.
Stunning. But just in this video, like the video for this, I'm kind of spoiling for you a little bit. It's like she's going to like a art museum and she's interacting with the paintings on the wall and nobody sees it but her. But like she's like having a full conversation and seeing the paintings animated and then like half of her performance is animated into the artwork. So just me being a artsy fartsy kind of dude, it was just like I like that. Like it's a simple effect, but it draws you into the song, and then how her reactions was just like kind of like, is anybody else seeing this? Like I see me in this painting right now, and everybody looking at her like what's
you crazy?
Okay, you crazy? Yeah, but like she was getting down, like having like laughing, like knee slapping and everything, just having a good old time, and I'm just like, I like that image because that's how art's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to enjoy that. And whether or not other people surrounding you, get it. But as long as you're having a good time with it and you ain't hurting nobody, why not? So
her videos are always kind of very unique.
Yes.
They definitely go with the song.
Yes.
But they're very done in a very unique way.
Yes.
And she's also amazing in concert.
Oh.
She is. Whoa. She is whoa in concert. Okay. She takes her concerts are not rated E for everyone. Let's just say it like that.
I've heard things about her concerts.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But you have to experience it at least once.
I plan to. Like my goal in life at this point, especially after doing this podcast, it's like I definitely got to go to more concerts. Like it's a shame. It's a shame of like how many concerts I have not gone to of some of the artists that I like, and they're not like that far. It's like we're here in Atlanta. It's like
here
there's
in Atlanta,
no excuse.
and not even like big shows either. There's so many like smaller venues that you'd be surprised how many like maybe not like mega superstars will play at, but like smaller people that you wouldn't imagine would play at this small little venue. They'll come and play for like a few hundred people,
yeah,
like maybe if that, and it's like Yeah, Atlanta has a great music scene.
Yeah,
I agree though. I used to go to shows a lot more often, and then COVID kind of, closed all that down, and I've not really gotten in the habit of going back since then.
Yeah.
And
then life be lifing, so that that's been kind of messing it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bunch of good tours that's happening this year, and I'm going to a couple because I said, you know what, Charita, you need to start experiencing more versus just having like spending money on material stuff. You need to start experiencing more. Those concerts, Usher, he's going on tour. Can't wait. I wanted to go see him in Vegas. Maxwell and Jasmine Sullivan are going on tour together.
Oh, I already know somebody that I think she has an all season pass to whatever Maxwell does.
Okay.
So like she is like one of the biggest fans. Shout out to T-Tab. So this was a good playlist. Like like overall, like your picks included, Charita, along with the other ones from everybody else that submitted their songs as well. This was like a good playlist to just really just vibe to. Like it was like this is like a real vibey kind of playlist. Overall.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because there's a couple songs from the other 50 million that were submitted that I was like really vibing to. I was like, wait, because of course I'm working in the meantime. I don't talk to people on the phone much for work as much as I did in my last job. So I'm just typing out on the computer so I can listen to whatever. I was listening to the playlist and I was like, I find myself doing like this or being like, and I'm like, wait, what song is this?
Right.
Because I have my phone typically over to the side of me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I got my big 2 monitors in front of me. So I have my phone to the side. So I'll have the playlist up on my screen. But I'm like, wait, what song is this? And I have to turn my head real quick because I'm thinking, it may be about to go off or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, it was some really good songs. Of course, most of the people I had never heard of. But
same.
There was a lot of new ones for me too, yeah.
Yeah.
It was some really good songs on the other 50 million that were submitted. Yeah.
Okay. So that's a little teaser for the 50-minute people that have submitted songs and stuff. But we're going to play a little game where Charita's going to quiz us on some of her picks and whether or not we know how we're going to do this.
Yes. So we're going to play a game. From my playlist, I looked up random facts about each singer, though we haven't talked about all the songs yet. But I looked up random facts about each singer. I'm going to state the facts, and I'm going to see if y'all can guess which artist the fact belongs with. I think it's going to be fun, because I would love to hear what y'all answers are going to be.
Okay.
So, I should start the game, because I have the facts. Okay, so the first one is she likes to take long walks.
Oh, come on. Who doesn't like to take long walks?
That was so evil.
I'm gonna just say it. Fergie.
Oh, Brandon. No.
God, at least let Terrio guess before you tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Well, you're wrong. He hasn't guessed yet.
Okay, hey, look, in solidarity, I can be extra.
I wasn't gonna give the answer until he guessed too.
Okay, all right. Based off the video we just watched, I'm gonna say Erykah Badu.
Wow. That did seem like a long walk, didn't it?
It tracks. We saw it. We witnessed it. She likes to go for a walk, and she likes to strip while she's taking a walk. Because it'd be hot outside when you got like 5 different layers on.
Charita didn't take it off. She didn't add any modifiers to the walk. She just likes long walks. You can do whatever you want on that long walk. You can do a lot of things on a long walk. You can do a ton of things. There's so many things you can do on a long walk.
So many things. Just like Erykah displayed.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have preface this with maybe one more tip on the answers for the facts.
Okay.
What I did when I came up with the facts, I put a little bit, the fact is coming from one of the artist's songs. It may not necessarily be the song that was on the list. But it's one of the artists'
so
songs.
We got clues in the songs.
Got clues in the questions.
Yeah, in the facts, you have clues to which artist it is.
Okay.
So, Q, you guessed Erykah Badu. Brandon, you guessed Fergie. Both were wrong.
I know the answer now that you gave me some, context to the question and everything. Context to the question.
Yeah, correct that. That's something totally different.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, so who do you think it is now that I gave you a little tip?
It's Jill Scott.
Yes.
Yeah. Yay.
Yes. Okay, so I probably shouldn't have prefaced it because then now I feel like y'all gonna get all the answers right. But
not all of them.
I think you're overestimating my abilities extremely here, but I'm happy to prove you right. I'll try to.
Okay, so let's see. Since I prefaced this with that one little tip that I feel like I shouldn't have gave you because I really want to hear these funny answers. But so the next one is she is a certified doula. Do you know what a doula is?
No.
I know what a doula oblongata.
Whatever that is.
Do you don't even know what that is? So
I know the word. I know the word.
I was about to say, come on now. You just you saying stuff, but you don't know what it is.
Exactly.
A doula is like a midwife. Do you know what a midwife is?
I mean, it won't hurt to explain for the listeners.
I got this. That's the wife that you, whenever you're in between wives, that's your midwife. So it's like
that's.
I knew you were gonna say that.
You know what, Brandon is right.
Say that.
Brandon is right because that's like the equivalent. Like that's a synonym for side piece. That's your midwife.
Yeah,
right.
But it's more for like when in between marriages instead of just girlfriends. It's midwife.
Gotcha.
It's like the next level. It's like a promotion.
Okay, so instead of upper management, you got wife, you got midwife, and you got upper wife. What you got?
Upper wife is only who you go to when you're in trouble, though.
Facts. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like y'all know what a midwife is. You just don't want to act like you know what it is.
I do, in fact, know what a midwife is. I can't speak for Terry.
Those responses,
yes,
they really weren't needed.
Oh,
but y'all had to do it.
Yeah, we had to.
And I love you for it because I knew it was coming.
Yes, you understood.
I did. So, a doula is like a midwife. Now, this artist is a certified doula.
I guess first last time.
Okay. I'm going to say Fergie.
Brandon, what is your response?
I'm going to say Sade.
Wow. Both are wrong.
Your reaction, Charita, was like, I thought for sure either I got it right or Terry got it right there. Your reaction, for 2 seconds, 100%, I was sure one of us got it right. I know.
I gave you the illusion that one of you were right.
Dang, the illusion. Damn.
But no, the answer is Erykah Badu.
Oh. Okay, see, I was going to guess that, but I was like, that's too obvious. Like, it has to be somebody that we wouldn't really expect. But,
I wouldn't expect her. See, I know most of these artists, but I don't know them.
Right.
I don't know them their personal lives or anything. I just know their music.
That one was kind of like it's different from the other facts that I'm giving you. That was like the only one that's kind of like, it's not necessarily dealing with their music, her music. It's just something about her.
Okay.
That I thought most people knew at this point, but I mean, your guys, so it's okay.
I also don't know much of anything about Erykah Badu beyond she makes great music that I enjoy.
That's enough. That's what you need to know. Okay, so my next one is she was born in Nigeria.
I feel like this one is like a trick. But I don't know where the trick is. I know that it's a trick, or I feel that it's a trick. I don't really know anything yet, but.
Okay.
So who guessed first? first last? The way. Who did what first last time? Who did what first last time? Who did it?
Who went first, last, and then in between?
Right. You know what I'm trying to say.
It was me. So Brandon, you get to answer the question first.
Was born in Nigeria. You know what? I'm gonna go, because I feel that it's a trick, I'm gonna go with the one that I'm pretty sure is like, it's not true, but just because I think you're tricking me, I'm gonna go for it. Norah Jones.
Terrio.
I'm gonna say Fergie. No, I swear. No. Okay. I want to say India.Arie, but I feel like it's a trick, so I'm gonna go with Tamia.
Wow. Both wrong again.
Yeah, you didn't trick me that time. I knew we were both wrong.
He said, I know we didn't know. I know we were wrong this time.
Oh, man.
The answer is Sade.
Oh, I almost said Sade.
Wow, I thought she was English.
No, I think you almost said Sade or Sade or whatever you said the first time.
Sadie.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Look, I didn't.
I'm glad we corrected that for you. I didn't want you to tell anybody that her name was Sadie.
I've kept it inside all this last week out of possible shame.
I'm glad you didn't talk to Terrio about it. I'm glad you didn't talk to him about it. Because I'm really glad that I was here to see.
All I'm saying is there's no H in that.
Say that and to see Terrio's reaction. And of course, to see my reaction.
Oh yeah.
Because I know I can't hide anything on my face. But
I learned like phonetics in school. There's no H there. You need an H after the S for a sh sound. That's what I learned.
I'm gonna need you to unlearn all of that because when it comes to these names,
everything that you think you know, you have no idea.
Also, names just in general don't follow any kind of rules or logic typically. So,
oh no,
100%. If we really think about it, when does churches have a V in it, but we still call them churches?
True.
So. But yeah, so when it comes to Sade, I thought she was British. I mean, maybe she resides over there, but I thought she was over there.
Another fun fact: she was born in Nigeria, but she was raised in England.
Okay,
so that's where the trick was.
I mean,
if you knew that about Sade, at least.
I mean, you know what? Look, it's supposed to be.
I tricked you.
It's supposed to be fun facts, not like, okay, I'm gonna go grab her birth certificate and figure out what hospital in Nigeria she was born in. Okay. I
mean, if you really want to do all that, you have fun. But we're going to continue with the game. All right. So this one, she cleans up problems women leave behind.
Oh, I know this one. Hold up. Was that her though? Or was that somebody else that sung that song?
Okay, I guess last time.
Okay, I'm gonna go and say Betty Wright.
I was also thinking Betty Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're right.
Yay.
Ding, ding, ding. Y'all finally got one.
Okay, because I
finally got one.
Yeah, because like the clue in that one was Clean Up Woman, because I know somebody had a song called Clean Up Woman. I know that was Betty Wright. I thought that was another lady. That's not that song.
Yeah, no, it was her.
Okay.
Okay. And do we want to do one or two more?
We can do one more.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I have to make this one a pretty good one. Oh, this one's gonna be good.
Uh-oh.
This one is, she has a very complicated dance based on her most recent song. Let's take some guesses.
Read the
your face.
Read the fun fact one more time for me.
She has a very complicated dance based on her most recent song.
I mean, I feel like I need to guess Fergie on this one.
Okay. Terrio, your guess.
Oh, okay.
He said, "Oh, my brain hurts."
My brain hurts, and I was gonna say something. I was gonna say a name, but I was just like, clearly, it's not that person. He said recent song. So.
It's one of the people on the playlist. Terrio.
She said their most recent song, which I don't know, could be worded specifically like that for a reason. I don't know.
Okay, you know what? Let's see who we have not guessed. I'm gonna say Floetry. Why not? Process of elimination.
Is Floetry one person, or is it like
It's
two.
two.
Okay.
It's Marsha Ambrosia and the other one.
Because I was thinking it was two.
I forgot her. What was her name? I just know Marsha Ambrosia and the other one. What was her name?
I can't remember her real name.
See, I'm not alone. So Marsha's
she's the flow assist.
The flow assist, yeah, that's what she went by. So you got Marsha, the one that sung, like, and then the one that was doing like the poet, the songstress, and then the other one was the rapper / poet.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Like the spoken word type part.
Thank you. Words are very hard, and apparently words are important.
Words mean things. We learned.
They do.
I just can't speak them right now. My brain hurts. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with it's either Floetry or Fergie. It's one of those two.
Brandon, what did you guess? I can't remember.
I guess Fergie.
Okay, so both are wrong.
Is it? I don't know. Is it India.Arie? I don't know. Some of these artists, I don't know enough of their like. I don't know what their most recent song is.
It's like Norah Jones out here twerking now. Like what do you mean like complicated dance? Like I was so confused. Like I think I just broke Charita. But I'm just saying, like I don't know who else would have a dance. Like Tamia still making music, or did she?
It's Tamia,
but like she's still making music. I thought she has
this song that we have created a dance to that is very complicated. You have to have a lot of rhythm to do it. Now, I thought I had a little bit of rhythm. But when it comes to that dance, it's a line dance, basically. But when it comes to that dance, I have none.
Okay.
I would be tripping over my own feet for that.
I'll call shenanigans on that question, because here's the thing.
You have to look it up.
I'm going to look it up, but if I know anything about line dances, number one, it's not like she made the dance. We made the dance.
Yeah, no. She definitely didn't make the dance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And every line dance song that I've seen, or whoever decided to choreograph this, you can't put a Chicago 2-step and a backflip and a whole like a whole Beyonce concert like out there trying to dance.
When you see this dance, you'll think somebody did.
You know what? I'm done.
And the thing is, the clue was it's based on her song, but she did not create it.
Okay.
I saw the video of her finally doing it.
When did the song come out? Like, how recent is the song?
Last year.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking it might be like, because you the way you worded it was their most recent song. An artist's most recent song, like, could be, if they haven't made music in years, could be years ago. And so I was like, that's where I was like, I don't know what some of these artists' most recent songs are. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I kind of had to eliminate Betty Wright and Whitney Houston on that one. You said most recent song, but for obvious reasons.
Stereo, okay. And do you honestly see Betty Wright doing a dance?
Honestly, Betty Wright did a song with Lil Wayne. Betty Wright can do what the fuck she wanted to do. So
she sung.
But she sung, but the stuff she sung about, I mean, she can do what she wants to do.
But Betty Wright's always been,
she came out the gate talking about her first time, Tonight Is the Night. So, I mean...
her singing about it, I'm talking about a dance.
I ain't seen her live. I don't know what she was doing on the stage. I'm just saying. Look, she did the album with The Roots, and she had Lil Wayne on the song. I don't know what Betty Wright was doing during her time. All I'm saying, I won't put it past her. If she was to do something like that, I would not be shocked. I'll put it that way. Because Betty do what Betty want to do.
Betty do what Betty does.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Exactly. That's it. Betty gonna do what Betty gonna do. All right. So we got one of those right.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that's what that's like a 10%. So that's in like grade school. That would have been an F, and F means fantastic. So we did a great job, Brandon. Woohoo! Yay! Thank you, Charita.
F in that sense does not mean fantastic.
F means fudge ice cream is what you deserve for doing so well.
10% of 100 is not fantastic.
Yes, that
nowhere.
Yeah, it's F for phenomenal, because that's how you spell it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Did you go to school?
Yeah, and you got all F's for phenomenal.
Phenomenal. I spelled it the way it said. Phenomenal.
He also had phonetics in school.
Yes.
It started with F also.
It did.
Yeah, exactly.
It probably ended with your F too.
Yeah.
You know what?
It probably ended with your F too. So, I mean, if you were starting phonetics with the F,
you know what?
You were ending that with an F.
They lied when they said hooked on phonics worked.
That's what it was.
You were spelling that with F too.
Yes. Yeah. Hooked on phonics. HOOKF phonics.
F phonics. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think you should do another tour through school.
You know what? Honestly, like,
and don't just tour. Stick around for a little bit.
You know what? Honestly, like, real talk, I think as an adult we should have like a mandatory refresher.
Wow.
I agree with you, honestly.
Just like a small I don't know, like 1 month class or something. Like, okay, let's remember how to do basic math without a calculator. Or let's remember how to write cursive.
You know that math is not the same like it was when we were in school.
Exactly. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Them teaching us how to do the math that they have now, the way that they want it done.
It is very different.
Look, all I know is that I still got remainder 1, and I'm gonna I'm still gonna carry the 2. All right, so moving on.
Yeah, I think you need to go on the tour of the school and pick a classroom.
Okay.
And a teacher.
I can't.
And some pencils and paper because you need to go back.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
F for phonics. Okay.
Brandon, can you please segue to like the other half? I can't. I'm so dead.
So, obviously we can't talk about all 40 plus additional songs on the playlist because we'd be here all day and night. Mm-hmm. So what we decided to do was each of us, we would pick just, try to shoot for at least a couple songs each to talk about that we just, really stuck out for us or that we really connected with or that we just really, really liked. And we're going to share those with each other and kind of discuss what each other's thoughts were on those songs and just kind of talk about them. Who wants to kick them off? Who wants to kick off with their first favorite from the additional?
I think Terrio should.
Well, I was going to throw it to you. It's a ladies' appreciation, so I wanted you to kind of lead the charge. But I can go if you want me to.
Yes, I want you to appreciate me by going first.
Okay. Well, okay. All right. Yes, ma'am. All right. So, okay. So, this is hard. Like, honestly, I really want to thank everyone who submitted these songs because these are some artists that I have truly never heard of and I have become like legit fans of. Mm-hmm. And I definitely, just like how Brandon said earlier, I intend to spend more time like figuring out, listening to some more of these artists' music and such. And honestly, just from the subject matters of these songs, as well as the artistic, okay, let me put it all together. These songs, each song, individual song, painted a full picture. Audio, what is these words? I cannot get these words out. It's like I want to say so much, but my tongue is getting tired. Basically, what I'm trying to say is each song painted the full picture. So, with the lyrics, with the production, the feeling that the song gave me, and then I went back and watched the videos for pretty much everything on the playlist. I had a video I watched, and just to see the artistic vision from the song made me love it even more. And a lot of them hit me in a lot of different ways because of the subject matters in which they were discussing, from relationships to mental health to it's all kinds of different things. It is really hard for me to narrow it down to 2. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to go with my gut. The one that I thought I was going to hate initially when I first heard it, because I was like, oh, okay, here's another Avril Lavigne knockoff or whatever. And I just was not wasn't in the right headspace for it. And then I heard that guitar solo.
I already know which one you're going to pick because it was possibly one of mine.
Yes. Orianthi, I think is how you pronounce her name, according to you. And like when it just like the sonic vibe would be like, okay, this is another, skater boy, blah, 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 blah kind of song. But then when you actually listen to the lyrics of that song, I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. I love that shit. It's like a full boss chick move. It's like, okay, you know what? You say I ain't shit. You say I ruined the joke. You say I'm the worst thing on the world. But according to this other guy, I am like the shit. And
I am amazing.
I'm amazing. And I'm just like, you know what? Do you? I love that. And then the fact being, me. Right? So, and the fact being that, like, I'm enjoying the guitar, and of course, I do apologize, but like, I heard, when I heard it the first time, I was like, okay, all right, the people who produced this song for her, maybe they got somebody to do a guitar solo. No, that's her. She's shredding that guitar herself. I was
wondering that. I meant to look that up because I wondered that myself if that was her or not.
Oh yeah. She shredded. She shredded the hell out of that guitar, and then the video on top of that. It definitely, like, the whole video, you see her playing the notes on whatever's happening in the background. They had the whole guitar, like what's the long neck guitar? Yeah, guitar neck. Like
the frets.
Yeah, there we go. That's the word I'm trying to find. But like as the video is happening in the background, the fret is in the forefront of the video, and you see her like playing the notes, and then she would be singing at the same time, and then she would just fucking rip it, and I'm just like, hell yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah, because I had the same initial reaction whenever the song first came on. I kind of rolled my eyes and basically I didn't think about it in the exact same ways of Avril Lavigne, but I had that same thought of oh, this is just another standard early 2000s girl pop star singer. Mm-hmm. Nothing new. And then it started to warm up to it as I was listening to it, but it's the guitar solo, man, just blindsides you if you're not expecting it.
Yes. Yeah. What'd you think about that song, Rita? There, if you remember it.
I'm gonna say I didn't get through the whole list.
Oh, fair enough.
The whole list.
I mean, okay, that's fair. It was a lot. It was a lot. And then I'm just saying, you were multitasking, you had a very long commute, and things kind of got,
man,
kind of got put to the wayside.
10 steps.
I mean, I understand how hard it was, especially when you're not being on the phone, talking to people. It's kind of hard to listen to, music in the background.
I feel like you're trying to say something that you're not really trying to say.
What I'm saying is, according to you, is a great song.
And we're twins, so you do know I know what you're trying to say.
What? No.
We're not twins by birth.
I mean,
but we're twins by thought.
I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, I really do like the song.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it's a good song. That's all I was trying to say. It's a good song.
You know, I know where you live.
So, what I was saying is for my other favorite song.
Do you want to do your other one?
I really don't know where he lives. I really don't. I know it's in Metro Atlanta. That's all I know. That's it.
Okay.
And I mean, who doesn't live in Metro Atlanta at this point?
His address is.
You better not. Okay, so
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I mean, who doesn't live in Metro Atlanta at this point?
Right? Do not dox me. Oh man, I'm so glad you don't have social media because everybody be like, "Girl, look, I got his address."
I'm going to go back and listen to that song. Yeah, because I think that was definitely one of the songs I did not get a chance to listen to.
Yeah, fair enough.
I work.
I know.
And I just started this job, and I'm in school.
Look! Honestly, look! I get it.
And I'm a photographer. Look, I got a lot to do. I do a lot.
You know what? We appreciate you, and I appreciate you taking the time to be on the podcast and to do this with us. So you are appreciated. So
yeah, I mean, 100%.
100%.
I like y'all.
Yeah.
So I do things for people I like.
Exactly. So I mean,
and then you are my twin. So
yeah. You're contractually obligated to come on the podcast at least.
Yeah,
once
I signed that contract a long time ago.
Yeah, you done messed up.
Okay, so real quick, do we want to just have each person say both of theirs, or we want to just go around in a circle, do them one by one for our favorites? How do we want to do it?
But I think each person should do both.
Each person do both? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool with either. I was just wanting to ask before we started.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And then moving on to my second one. This is very hard, but only because of recency bias, because I just watched the video and the video was very intriguing to me. I got to give a shout out to Robin with Every Heartbeat. That song, I mean, it tickles the EDM love that I have within myself, but just watching a video for it, and it's an older song, but you can see the artistic vision behind it. It's pretty dope. And just the message behind the song is pretty dope. Like, overall, just about moving forward and not looking back at all. And the video starts with her literally walking backwards through this weird kind of surreal claymation kind of style blocky situation. Think of like early like green screen effects or whatever back in the day. So it's I can't really explain it. It's you just got to watch it and just vibe to it and just feel it. It's like it's very artsy fartsy, and it tickled my
artsy fartsy self.
It did. And it sparked a lot of joy in me just watching that video for the first time. I feel like
it sparked joy.
I missed out watching these videos. I feel like I was kind of intimidated because the playlist was so big. I was like, I don't want to. It's going to be several hours of just trying to watch videos if most of these have a video. So I kind of didn't. It sounds like I missed out. Like quite a bit.
You did, and it's a lot. It's a lot of eye candy. Yeah, definitely. So
okay.
Cause some of them, I'm just like, oh, that's what you look like. Damn.
I forget that I'm on here with men.
We appreciate y'all, ladies. I'm just saying. All right. Would you like to go, Charita, next, or Brandon?
Or do you want me to go next?
Yes, Brandon, go.
Okay.
Go.
I'll go next. Okay, so kind of in a similar vein with Terrio's pick. His first pick, Orianthi, according to you. I Miss the Misery by Hellstorm.
Yes.
Was a really good one. And I gotta say, I think part of it is because
I love Hellstorm.
I do really like Hellstorm. And this is one of the honestly few songs that I was like actually really familiar with before the playlist was made. But it's, I guess just after this one really started to like it after listening through the playlist for a few times, because it is a lot of like R&B and neo soul and like that type. Like this is pretty different from that. So I think it would like really kind of jar me out if I was like listening to the playlist on loop. It would just kind of stick out a little bit more. And just, I mean, it's just a good like rock. I was really hoping there'd be a little bit more rock like groups or artists, female-led artists on here. But this definitely scratched that itch for me a pretty good bit.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you know, we didn't give any kind of like parameters. We just said we just want female performers.
I didn't want to like shade anyone's picks. I was just 100%. My personal hope was that there'd be a few more rock picks, but we did have a few. I don't know.
Yes,
you've listened to the playlist. There's a few on there.
Yes,
and I Miss the Misery, along with According to You, Orianthi, are like mainly Orianthi's song because of the guitar solo I really like. But this one is just like a good like kind of alt like punk rock vibe, like indie rock. It's just a good jam.
Yeah.
And of course, like I Miss the Misery, like it's in the title, like, you know, whenever your relationships and it's like maybe not great, but you're a lot of times, you know, you might find yourself like the thought of being alone is like scarier than like being with something that's not great, like not being in a great situation, but it's familiar.
It's the comfort.
It's the comfort of like what you know, even if you know it's not great for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think a lot of people can somewhat relate to that. And it definitely does lend itself to the more like aggressive music genre, I feel like, in that regard. My other, I'm thinking now, I'm realizing now both of my picks are kind of aggressive in a way. My other favorite pick, and this one was like, it's kind of like not too long after like your initial 12, Charita. And it was literally the first time I was listening to the playlist. I liked it on YouTube and I was like, this one is going to be what I'm going to talk about. And it was Burn Your Village by Kiki Rockwell. Just because that one has so much just like attitude, bro.
Yes.
Like she is done with your shit. She's not playing any more games. And it's just like, man, it's just, and like the music, the tempo changes and how her like singing. And I mean, she's singing in a lot of the song, but she also is just like kind of rapping to parts of it. Or just like her cadence is more like rap-like, I guess I should say. And it's like she follows the tempo change with that. It's just it's really good. Production is so top notch. Like even outside of, you know, what she's talking about, and it's like how just like women empowered the song is.
Yes.
Even that aside, it is just such a good song, just like sonically to listen to, I feel like.
Yes, it definitely gave me Beast Antique vibes when we did that episode. I think that's like recommendation roundup 2.
Because it's got the violin.
Yes,
I think it is, or whatever
like
the string instrument.
It's like the tribalness of it all, and then like the tempo change.
At the beginning, I noticed after listening to it like on repeat a few times, there's like a slow like hum. That I don't know what's making it, but it comes in because what like first pointed out to me is I was sitting in traffic whenever the song was playing or whenever the song came on, and I was like, is that like a car next to me that's like really loud, like revving their engine or something? So I paused it, and then like I didn't hear it anymore, and I unpaused it and I heard it again. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
But it's just like it builds it, to me at least, that like the low hum, it builds to the adds to like this like just aggressive energy that you feel like coming in. I don't know, something about it, just like it's very underneath. You might not notice it, but once you do, it's an integral layer. I feel like
I'm definitely gonna have to like re-listen to it with that in mind. But yeah, just like that song, that was definitely one of my bangers. Oh man, there's so many songs on that you guys submitted that was just like
so good.
Wow, so good, solid picks. Alrighty, so we're saving the best for last. She had time to think.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Oh man. Okay, so my songs that I liked were the first one was "I Could Use a Love Song" by Mary Morris. That song, I watched the video with that song too, because of course YouTube.
Yes.
So I watched the video with that song. The video with the song kind of confused me initially because I was like, well, how does this go with this song? But of course, toward the end of the video, I was like, oh, I get it now. Because the video made it seem like, oh, they're so in love, and and the song is like not like that. And so I was like, well, when are we gonna get to kind of the point where the song matches the video, kind of? And they didn't make it like a really like. It was very subtle how they transitioned in the video to where the song kind of made sense to me, because it wasn't so in your face. I guess the initial point where the couple is kind of fighting.
I mean, to me, in my opinion, it was very ham-fisted. Like, I like the song, but the video felt very CW Lifetime special.
Yeah, it did. And I mean, and to me, when I was watching the video, I was like, it's not really great.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said it kind of was a little bit of a disconnect until you got to the point where they were arguing, or you could see that they were disagreeing, but the words weren't speaking yet.
Yeah.
So you didn't know like what they were disagreeing about. But I could kind of tell where it was going from the very beginning of the video, just because she was like, oh, I want to, I think I might do that. And he was like, do what? And she was like, go and audition and become a real dancer and da-da-da-da-da. And he was like, he kind of deflected away from it initially and kind of made it like a joking kind of silly thing or whatever. Oh, you can audition for me. And then I guess with her talking about it so much and she was really serious, he was one of those type of guys that doesn't want the person that he's with to want more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it kind of started to make sense. And I was like, I got it now. Though, like I said, the acting wasn't great. The video wasn't great. But,
I mean, it was fine for what it was. It was just the first time I watched the video, first time I heard it, because I had it playing in the background and, YouTube music, and sometimes I switch between the audio and the video. So then I just heard the audio version of the video play. I wasn't really like watching it. So when I heard it, I was just like, okay, this is the video. I just kind of just tuned it out and just kind of just paid attention to the song and not really paid attention to the anecdotes in between the actual song playing. Then when I did my marathon watch of the playlist, the videos for it, I sat there and watched the video, and I was just like, I'll say, like, as I'm watching, I was picking up on those notes that you were picking up on, Rita, and then when he just escalated and just lost his shit at the very end of the song, and I was just like, I started laughing, not at the situation, but I'm just thinking to myself, I was like, okay, they really over exaggerated it. Like, what kind of guy would blow up after, like, oh, okay, I get it now. So that's what I had a whole realization moment. I was like, that is, because like that's not me, and I don't tend to hang around people like that just blow up or try to be super controlling. But just the fact being that all she said was like, hey, I just want to follow my dream and at least take an opportunity or take a chance on becoming a background dancer. And he just blew up, Brandon. He was like, oh, so you're going to leave here and go over there and be somebody's slutty background dancer? Why would you do that? And he like starts throwing glasses and shit and like throws his beer bottle across the room. And then she just like breaks down crying on the floor, and he just like storms off. And like, he's like, we're done. We're over. And like just breaks up with her all because she had dreams and aspirations.
I was like, why
That's wild.
That upset about her? Like, and to me, she made a good point. She said basically, because I feel like it's just a general thing with most people or all people. I feel like I just want to say that I tried and not regret something at the end of my life.
100%.
How was that making somebody else, especially a person that's supposed to love me?
Yeah.
How does that make you that angry?
Yeah.
And it's not like she's saying, I'm leaving you. She said, come with me.
Yeah. So so that's where my rage like went into it. Cause I was just like, bruh, like not only are you a douche, but like you're like a capital douchebag on top of that. For like not supporting your girl, your significant other, or just anybody, any kind of relationship, whatever, however you identify, whatever. If somebody wants to do something that benefits them or is going to give them some kind of joy or some kind of happiness, you have no right to hold them back because you want them to be there for your comfort. Just like, no, if you have attachment issues, like get a dog or something. Like this is a full-fledged whole human being. Like let them do what they want to do. Let them try. Let them experiment. Let them do whatever. And then be supportive as long as it's nothing illegal or whatever. Just, let them, support them. And then especially if that person is asking you to come with them, they want you to be a part of it. It'd be different. It'd be like, hey, I need you to stay here while I go and start my OnlyFans. I mean, my go and become a dancer or whatever. And like, all I need you to do is support that. So don't ask questions. Just pay the subscription.
Be supportive.
Print up my obituary. Yeah, because I just died.
But he's actually giving good advice. Like be supportive. Don't like be insecure just because someone in your life is like trying to achieve something and you think that might make you like lesser than them. Like be supportive. Be there for them. Help them. Make it y'all's goal.
Exactly
to achieve this for them. You
had to say OnlyFans, didn't you?
Look. For the low payment of $35 an hour.
No.
What? Look,
this is a wholesome show.
Look, have you heard our raunchy game show?
Trust me,
yeah. Well, the wholesome has left the building, and we got bills to pay.
We didn't just leave it. We like threw it out the window, man.
Yo, straight up, like out of a moving train. Like that's kind of the way we threw it out. So okay, all right. So what's your next pick?
Song. I think all of us know this song. Waterfalls, TLC.
Mm-hmm.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Of course, we've all seen the video.
Yeah.
That video has always been like TLC, one of the greatest groups like ever.
Yes.
They talked about topics that people were very uncomfortable
very
with.
Taboo around that time.
They dressed a way people were very uncomfortable with.
Yeah, they made condoms into a fashion accessory.
Exactly.
Very boundary pushing.
Yes.
Exactly. But the thing about them, which I always respected, was that they were being informative with their music. They wanted people to be safe. This song in particular it brought up so many different topics.
Yeah.
Selling drugs, HIV/AIDS.
Yeah.
It just brought up so many different things. And and at that time, of course, those things were, they are now too. Never said they went away. But at that time, those things were very big topics, very big controversial topics, especially for somebody to put it in music, especially as big as they were as a group at that time.
Mm-hmm.
When that song came out, I don't know one person that doesn't know that song.
Yeah.
It's hard if you've at all been the faintest bit connected to like our zeitgeist in the last 30 years. You had to have heard them somewhere.
100%.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I will say, as much as we appreciate you, Charita, and I appreciate you as my twin and everything, I like how you picked two songs that are diametrically opposed to one another. Because you got the one song that's about showing love and support, and then you got TLC like, hey, don't go chase them waterfalls. I need you to stay with these rivers that you used to. So
that's a good point.
Well, they're saying it in a way, though. They're saying it in a way that is keeping a person safe from themselves.
Okay. Different waterfalls.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's basically saying make good decisions.
Okay.
Be careful with yourself. Take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not saying, hey, go be submissive to somebody that is not treating you right. Go, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's saying take care of yourself. Because these things are in the world. They're bigger than what you really think they are. You think it can't happen to you, but it can.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be more careful with yourself. Love yourself enough to take care of yourself.
I actually took it, the metaphor, just for like the don't go chasing waterfalls, please stick to the rivers and lakes you're used to or whatever. I took it as like, because you can have waterfalls with rivers and lakes, but the waterfall is just like, it's one short, exciting moment versus like the river and lake is like the steady progress. Like if you're comparing it to a relationship, like you want to be slow and steady and make sure you're doing it right versus the waterfall is like, a fling that you might have like a one night stand with or something, it's like an exciting moment, but it's not going to carry you all the way to the lake or all the way to wherever you're going. That's the way I looked at it.
Wow.
You know what?
Brandon,
sorry to philosophize on you guys.
Nah, Brandon over here dropping these gems. Like y'all see these gems out here?
I have to give you a hand clap for that one.
Yes.
I would not have thought of that. I did not think that.
I only thought of it like listening to the playlist this last time because I was kind of like, because again, like Terry was saying, so many songs on this playlist have such like deep meanings and so many just like good subject matters that I was like really trying to key in on like what they were saying. And like Waterfalls is one of the ones that I kind of made a point to because it's so ubiquitous in pop culture, or at least, was for a long time that like I've heard it so many times that I've never like listened to it. So I wanted to make a point of doing that. There was a few others, like there was some of the Whitney Houston songs. A couple of them was the same. There's several like that for me.
That's a good point. I'm gonna have to talk to somebody else about that because I like that point that you made. I definitely never thought about it that way, but that makes a lot of sense.
That's how I took it at least. I don't know. It's all subjective, but.
Damn, Brandon. Okay.
Really? You should write a book.
Honestly, like,
teach a class.
Seriously, like,
be a university professor with that
for
one.
real. Like, I want to follow that up, but like, I can't follow that up.
You can't. You can't.
You set the bar that damn high, Brandon. Like, come on, bro.
There's just two lines out of the songs, man. There's more lines and talk about it. I don't know.
No. I mean, you picked two lines, but you found the depth within those two lines.
Right?
I mean, you found a whole essay in between two lines that nobody saw but you. That was.
I want to say what led me to this was literally just thinking like, what the hell are the waterfalls representing?
Yeah.
What? That was what I kept asking myself for the majority of this last week is what are the waterfalls?
Yeah.
That led me to that.
Well, damn. Okay, well, I'm going to attempt to try to follow up with that.
You might as well end the episode on that.
I mean, I kind of want to end the episode, honestly, but like, I mean, I do. Well, we do got a couple unofficial businesses that we got to finish up, but I do.
Right.
But okay, there's a couple other songs that I just want to get a shout out. I'm not going to go into great depth about it, but I just want people to pay attention to these songs and like give them some love. The one song on here was this. Okay, I'm trying to narrow it down to 2, maybe 3. Okay, all right. Goddess Mode by Lizzy Jeff.
That one was very interesting.
That one was profound. I like that because it's a song, but it's also spoken word like towards the end of it, and it's like really giving you it's like a pep talk, and I know it's definitely catered towards female listeners, but just hearing the positivity and the message of it all is like love yourself.
The message was great. Yeah,
the message was like
love yourself. It's good for your health. Click,
yes.
Song ends. Beautiful.
That's it. Love it. I mean, it just drove that point home. Another one real quick I want to give a shout out to was I'm probably gonna butcher their name, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna say Libianca, People. That song, I like the song for what it was, and then when I watched the video, and the video just it really kind of it kicked me in the feels. The message behind that song is, and I do this all the time with my friends, just check on your people. Like, if somebody's on your mind, they're on your mind for a reason. You ain't got to like have a long drawn out conversation to shoot a text message like, hey, you're on my mind. Everything okay? Hope, just checking in on you, see how you doing. I do that all the time with my friends. A lot of my good friends do that same thing, with me. And sometimes I might be going through something that I don't realize I'm going through because I'm in it. And it's good to just check on your people.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and that message and the video for that song is it's so heartbreaking because like you see her like reaching out to her friends and you see this whole party scene going on. She's getting all dressed up for a party and everything, and then like a little kickback or whatever, little house party. And then at the very end of the video, you see her at the table and she like looks at her phone and everybody was like, "Oh dang, that was today. I'm sorry, I forgot." And you see all the people fade away and she's like sitting at the table by herself. And I was just like,
that drives that point home. Really hard.
I was like, ooh, like I had to pause. I was like, okay, I need an intermission.
Yeah, I don't need to watch that video.
But it's good though. Like I love when the visual art marries the song and it conveys that message. And then the last but not least, I just definitely got to give this one a shout out. Just out of my personal favorite new artist I've never even heard of. That was really dope to me. What is her name? Where is it? Little Sims, Woman, featuring Cleo Soul. Yo, that, yes. All I can say is yes. Big smile on my face. Yes. Just watch the video. Yes.
I'm going to be going back to watch so many of these videos.
Man,
I do want to say, just in that same vein, there's one song that I just want to point out. It wasn't necessarily my favorite or anything, but just the vibes alone, I feel that are immaculate in the song. 100% That Boss. Not even like listening to the lyrics, just literally just like sitting back, just closing your eyes and just like trying to like feel the music. It's such a good vibe.
Yes.
The production side of that is just like, man, it carries that song for me.
100%. Yes. I'm so glad you brought that one. Yeah. I wanted to say that one too, but I was like, I don't want to take over at the very end.
Like it's a good like girl power song. And I like it and respect that, but what really made it stick out to me was the production and like just how it's put together.
Yes,
Chef Kiss.
Yes, 100%. Okay, all right. So before we end the episode, I want to give a shout out to some of the people who submitted songs and said that they wanted a shout out. So I'm gonna go through a list of the names, and for those of you who did not specifically want a shout out, I'm gonna say thank you anyway. You know who you are. Appreciate y'all. But for the ones that wanted a shout out, here you go. So we want to thank you, Rachel P, KP, Tim S, Juanita N, Laura, Sugar, Catherine W, Vadim W, Sherilyn, Jasmine F, Jasmine W, T-Tab, and Al M. Thank y'all.
And Carmen.
And Carmen.
Sorry,
yes.
I forgot to tell you beforehand.
100%. Yes. And Carmen. And Charita.
And
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. I love being on y'all's podcast.
We love having you. Your energy is so good.
100%.
Y'all are great.
Yes,
and we definitely bounce off of each other. It's amazing.
Yes, we ricochet like a mug. Absolutely.
We do. I love it.
Yes.
And this podcast is really good. I'm so glad y'all started a music podcast because I love music.
Yes.
Me too.
I do. And y'all put me onto some songs for real.
That's the goal.
Because some of the stuff from the last episode that I was on, I still listen to it. I'm like,
same. Like I said, you introduced In Vogue to me. I still, whenever I saw Free Your Mind in here, I actually texted Terry and I was like, do we want to put it on here? He's like, well, we can put it on there. I was like, yes. Let's listen to it again. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I saw it on there and I was like, Brandon did this.
Actually, you know, that was somebody else's. Somebody else
I did not pick a single song on the playlist.
Yes.
Me or Terry did not.
Wow.
Yes. We forgot to disclose that in the beginning. We didn't pick any of these songs. It was Charita and all 5,000 of y'all. We didn't touch anything on this playlist. Yep. So this is all of us.
We were originally planning to add like one or two, but then there was so many. We got such a big response. We were like, okay.
Yeah,
I think they're good.
Yeah. We're just gonna fall back on this one.
Yeah.
And what I think about In Vogue, Brandon. Now that I really think about it, and I listen to their music, you know, in the more recent times since we done this podcast a couple times with each other, I realized that a lot of their music is like very rock.
It is very rock, or at least
it's very
rock. I've not listened to like their entire. I've not done like a deep dive into them like I really have been meaning to. But from the several songs about them I have, several of them have been like, or at least had like a rock tilt at the very least, if not like almost full blown rock.
And it's crazy because I never realized that until recently.
It's such a good mix.
Listen to the songs again. Mm-hmm.
I have the four like just super talented female singers with like the rocky mixed with like the R&B. It's they were something special.
Yeah, it's sad what happened with the group, but
well, we cannot talk about this song without somebody saying the song's name correctly.
Free your mind.
There we go.
And it's been in the back of my head this whole time, dude. I was fighting it.
I've been waiting on it. I'm just like, come on, you're going to give it to us at some point. I was like, no, I'm about to ask for it.
I thought he did it at the beginning.
No, he didn't. He just said it.
I didn't.
No.
Or were we not recording when he did it?
Oh, well.
I think we were recording when he did it the first time.
That sounds familiar. Anyway, so speaking...
Not again.
No, I made sure this time. I made sure I clicked the right button this time, y'all. All right. So again, we want to thank everybody who contributed. We want to thank our co-hosts for this episode and for future episodes. Charita will pop on here and there whenever her schedule allows. Yes. She's a very busy lady. Out here trying to educate herself and out here, setting the bar high and, accomplishing goals and dreams and being there for family. Like, how dare you? Audacity.
Terrible.
How dare you be a positive role model out here? Like, try to elevate people.
Like we need any more of those.
Like, you really don't need any more.
Go out and do something bad to counteract.
Thank you. It's called balance. So, so where can people find you, or if you have anything you would like to plug or share, anything like that?
Right at this moment, no, because school is taking over my brain. I am a criminal justice major, so I am planning to go to law school. So I have no time for anything else. Okay, if it's not making me money, I don't have time for it at this point. So. I mean, I love y'all. Y'all not paying me. But
I was about to say, I was like, I was like, Brandon, you paying her? Because I'm just saying.
Right.
I missed that contract.
I love y'all, so I do it for free. But it's just like right now, I'm barely taking any photography stuff at this point, just because school really, really takes up all of my time when I'm not working.
It's pretty time intensive.
It is.
I've been told.
Is. And it's a lot of reading because, criminal justice, law, it's all reading. Yeah. It really is. Yep. So, and I'll be done in 2 years. Well, technically right now, 1.5 years. So, it's just a lot. Yeah. So, I don't really have much time for anything else, honestly.
Okay, good.
I wish I did, but I really don't.
Look, it's understandable. In your career field, words do matter. So speaking of words, thank you for listening to our podcast. Thank you for listening to our playlist. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for submitting all 5 billion of those songs. Tell us what you think of the playlist. Leave us a comment, share, subscribe, all of the above. Yeah. You can find all of our social media links, previous episodes, previous playlists on our website, afterplaylist.com. If you'd like to support us directly, You can go to my OnlyFans. Not as way. You can go to patreon.com/afterplaylist to, do a little monetary donation there. Any little bit helps out.
We need to have a conversation. Go on.
You are my legal representative. You don't know it by now, but yeah. What?
You got to find somebody else. But for that, you have to find somebody else. I can't with good ethics represent you with that.
Well,
no.
I mean, look, I got good ethnics. Until next time, keep on listening, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Black Giraffe made this.